Yeah, in the red line. Welcome back to the second part of our podcast from the front line with Olena, and I was checking the sound. Is everything working? The microphones. Are you in the picture, Olena?
Yeah.
Are you sure? Okay.
Yes.
Okay. The first part. Most of you probably watch the first part now.
Yeah, the first part you can just watch, the not missing one, because there's no
The sound
sound.
wasn't great. But we're going to try and let Stefan Ensign, my producer director from the frontline, the magician with these kind of podcasts and documentaries. Stefan will try to do his magic and get the sound up. We had a bit of a problem with microphones, but I think now we should be solid green lights. So Olena is back. In the first part, we talked a lot about Olena, the person, Olena's upbringing, younger days in Newcastle. We're now going to step up to where she returned to Kiev when we finished the last one, and where we met and where the whole cricket adventure journey started. Olena, I'm going to let you tell them how did you meet in Kiev?
How did we meet in Kiev?
How did you meet in Kiev? How did we meet? Thank you very much, guys. This is me out of the podcast. Wow, this is the worst day of my life.
I mean, it's all my kindness, you know. I feel how the worst day in a coffee shop struggling with English. And actually, this was late morning coffee. I'm trying, I'm shining like a diamond.
That was my line. Oh, no, I was going to say she shines like a diamond. So
I can see, you know,
okay.
there's no chest.
But I miss you. Okay.
Yes. Oh, yeah. And I just decided to call for Dima.
No, it's the barista at this coffee shop. It's my regular coffee shop. I go there all the time. And I went there that day. And
I'm just hoping to explain what exactly you want.
And can you remember what is my orders again?
Tea? You can try it both. Like, come on, I'm not so
Blonde.
Yes. So, they were, he didn't expect that he would like to have tea because it was sun, so his wife wasn't he didn't believe in his English knowledge, so that's why he was there like this. I just helped him and the market was fish and I would also feel this blah blah blah, and I should say, I should say, like, well, it's just true. I mean, what I can say, everyone knows that you love I mean, and so I helped him with tea and I have to buy him, and actually I told him, wow, I have been talking to English for a long time.
I thought it was my favorite smile, my charm, my blue eyes. So it wasn't any of this. She just had some free time. Anyway,
So this is like,
so at the moment my life is not shining with it. But anyway. Okay, at least she's always very honest. That's something I have to say about Olena.
that is why also people call me rude, because I'm kind of straightforward person.
So she had free time and she wanted to practice English, nothing to do with me. But anyway, let's get past that. So Olena, we started talking and she stood up a few times to go to the counter to get some tea for me. Talk to the barman. She's very friendly with most people around her, so she was talking basically to the whole of the coffee shop at that stage. And she got up a few times and she was wearing quite a sporty outfit, and me being obsessed with sport and doing sport my whole life, I mentioned to her, you definitely do sport. You can't miss that when I stand up. And that's how the whole cricket conversation started. You tell us more about your podcast. Tell us then, so I see your place is sporty, you do sport. And from there, what happened? How did we get onto the cricket?
Then we were that I was spending almost 6 years in the UK, so of course I told her, with that, but I never played. You told me your story, who you are, etc. You told me that you have a dream. We just like share some information and so. And actually, again, it was summer, and you had this camp at school.
Cricket.
Yeah, and we had a chance to go to school together. First time how everything is happening. And then I saw that. With kids. Okay, yeah. It's not with cricket, but with kids to communicate
with
with parents. Yes, in English, and you try your best, and the kids try their best, but it's
So it wasn't quite enough.
yeah. So again, it's the right time, right moment. I had free time. Also, as a professor, I came on sport. Came on sport.
You're keen on sport. Yes, you're very keen on sport. It's a very good part of your life.
Yeah, so that's why I had some kind of curiosity about how this can, how I can help and what exactly I can do with kids implementing cricket's elements. In English?
Excellent. Sorry, are you second or Ukrainian or which one is your first language?
Ukrainian, Russian language.
That is amazing. That was great English from an English teacher. That's what I started doing.
When I started traveling, so when we went out, so to cross the border, you have to go to the so usually I use Poland for this. So I know a little bit Dutch.
Okay, excellent. So you just came to my classes. I remember the first class was actually in the camp. I had to teach grade 1 English speaking. There was no cricket involved. And Olena took over the class. She just started speaking to them in English, sitting with them, and I was just standing there, and I was getting paid for it, and she was not. And after the class, she said to me, I hope tomorrow I'm coming to your cricket class. I hope your cricket class is better than your English class, because she's always brutally honest, and she said, you don't have a clue what you're doing. I can't believe you're getting paid to do this, because if I'm a parent, I wouldn't pay one movement to let I wouldn't let my children anywhere near you in the English class, because you're useless. And I admit it with the grade ones. They don't speak a word of English. I don't speak a word of Ukrainian. So I actually tested that at one lesson, and I started speaking my own, I just saying, and it's a sort of just, it's another language, and maybe it sounded a bit like Chinese, and the kids didn't even notice I'm not speaking English anymore. They thought it's the same. I was just making sounds, and they didn't pick up the difference. So I understood what I'm saying there is they don't actually understand one word. So we moved on to the cricket, and with Olena there helping with the cricket lesson, with a basic knowledge of cricket. You coaching cricket, go doing classes at the school, we now teaching at school. Do you want to show that story?
So yeah, of course, I mean, well, that's I don't certificate, so I had no chance to meet a school because I'm not a teacher, I guess, so in my case, I don't have any connection with the teaching at school. Yeah, so that's why the first way to get into school, I have to have this certificate. And actually, again, you spend, I couldn't say lots of time, but you spend hours when you saying when we're talking about cricket, so what is that, and what is happening, all these ashes, all these tournaments, all your life story, biography, 3 nights per day. Yeah, and then actually, you know, like because of English, you can try to get a certificate. And during the summer, I took this course, I finished it, and in September, I was ready to be at school and teach kids like this basic.
And again, typical Olena, just talking about this ICC certificate, it's just a normal thing. She does it every day, everybody can do it.
At the same time, I was passing the TOEFL exam. this one guy did this, and then I did this. That was wrong. I mean, it's just lots of. It's not like pressure. It's just time as well. And pressure again is English. I mean, by listening to you right now, everyone can understand. I do what makes love unique. Lots of mistakes. I'm not afraid to talk because this fair. I mean, are you ready? You pass it. I mean, you pass it. It's done. Yeah, that's it. Pass it. I mean, I'm not afraid at all in Newcastle. So yeah, I need to. There are lots of things to do before September, and believe me, excitement. Wow, it wasn't like this. It just wasn't pressure. Actually, it's for me. It was you read it. Now read this article. Oh, Lena, read this. Listen to this interview. But you can imagine when you even send me a screenshot, it takes me so much focusing on me. I should leave everything, switch on my mind with English, and try to understand what is it about, what. First of all, because again, read the text is one thing. To analyze it, understand what you want me to know from that, it is completely different. And it's a huge amount of information that you still don't understand. Still not processing.
Yeah, I'm just going to add there again, Olena, like easier than it was. We got both courses, a little the ICC certificate, which, by the way, I mentioned before in the previous podcast. Olena is the first and only Ukrainian that has ever completed that course. He's the only and the first Ukrainian that was the ICC certified cricket coach, which is a huge achievement. Because that course is not easy. It's very technical, especially when it gets to bowling. Bowling is a difficult skill because it's totally unnatural. In no other sport in the world do you throw a ball with a straight arm and side arm. So it gets very technical, and the whole course is in English, and then also at the same time, as she said, simultaneously she was getting a TEFL, teaching English as a second language certificate, which again, it's a course that normally takes people weeks to do. It's a 20-hour course. But then in 3 days, I sent her the course information. She registered online, and 3 days later, she came back and said, I've got my TEFL certificate. And the similar thing happens with the cricket. I thought I'll give her at least a month. Olena did it literally. And Olena, just the next thing she came with her certificate on ICC coach. So at the same time, she got the TEFL, which allows her to teach in any school in the world. She can teach English as a second language, which opens huge opportunities for her. She can teach English online for loads of online English teaching companies, especially in China and in Taiwan. I did a lot of that earlier. I used to teach for some companies in China during COVID. I would earn extra money by teaching mornings and early because of time difference. So I would work in the middle of the night and teach lessons to Chinese. I had my professor. She's a doctor professor, and she was going to complete her studies in extra courses in surgery in Australia. So she had to very quickly improve English. She was my most interesting student in China, and those doors are all open now for Olena. At any stage she can go and teach online, and then you also get paid in dollars, not in...
This is the reason for TEFL.
Okay, so Olena, as always, we'll cut me short of it, but it's a great qualification to have. And then the ICC certificate, again, it's recognized globally, worldwide. I'm also an ICC certified coach. I've been incredible in my life. I'm a level 3 coach. Got back in 1996 when I was in South Africa. So, bless you. So, Olena can maybe she can put the top on this country. Okay. Stand sit now before our inventory. So, Olena can now teach cricket anywhere in the world. It's a globally recognized certificate qualification. So, we then started working together in the school where we're still working. We managed to get cricket in as a the subject in the physical education curriculum. So we go and we teach lessons in the school as sport teachers. They're in sport lessons, PE, physical education lessons, but we work with the two Ukrainian physical education teachers and we teach cricket. So at least that's unique. It's never happened in Ukraine. That's the first again. And we have also a program in university. You can maybe briefly touch on the program of the tournament, what happened at the university, and coaching them. Yes.
Yeah. Was the students supposed to be
The first year students, physical educational students, yes. And we did this tournament where they got certificates and medals and as a youth success. And again, most of those students can't speak a word of English, so they basically had to explain the rules to them before the tournament. I had to set the rules because we had to adjust the normal cricket rules a bit to the students who play softball cricket, and we had to make the rules a bit easier for them to be able to play. They've never seen a cricket bat before. So Olena again did all that. So fantastic achievement to get cricket into a school, one of the top schools, into a university, run regular daily programs in those two institutions, which that was real cricket development because it's cricket for Ukrainians, not cricket for expats, not South Africans, Indians, Australians in Ukraine playing cricket. Those are Ukrainians, Ukrainian children, Ukrainian students, which is a first. And I've worked extensively on cricket development worldwide. I was everywhere with this. That's my specialty in Ukraine now, and in Dubai, in the Netherlands, I forget where I was, in Scotland. I've done it in a lot of countries, and usually in these countries, affiliate countries, it's the expats that play cricket. Where we've got Ukrainians learning to play cricket.
The main thing that we try to do right now, it's to get involved more kids.
Get more kids involved.
Yeah, get kids involved. And because again, all of this country where we've been before, they know what food is all about. Right now here, like we would have this discussion between kids. Oh, is it how quick human is wrong? What is that? Like, what do you want to play football here? So lots of things. But I see kids who come to me and say, can you give me that when they like having a body run? They're curious about it. The same as universities. I mean, it's rather the main thing that we try to achieve, explain kids or teenagers, people, that it's going to be really interesting. Like you saw these kids, our kids from Truth, they miss cricket. It was really good, just this means each other, they need this team, this family that we have to run the schools, and they're just like, they don't care about the camera, they don't care about what was on channel, then they go out to take stuff that no worries. It's just saying, let's read in English. You just edit that. So the camera thing, like maybe
it's okay. I don't touch anything. Okay. Lena's the expert. Well, in most things, she's the expert.
I'm expert right now, but the microphone is on. Like before, when somebody did it.
Yeah, I think I can say I'm the expert in the color drive and the forward defensive. That's about all. The rest of it, what we do is Olena. Can you try to go ahead? Can you try to do it, please, Olena? Distance? Unbelievable. Okay. What can I say? So to get back to it, we've got this cricket program with Olena. She's got a certificate. She's totally involved. She's doing cricket developing cricket in Ukraine. Then something happened. I had a conversation with Michael Powell, who is a cricket connection of mine through LinkedIn. I mentioned that I would like to bring some Ukrainian kids. It's a dream, and I was thinking after the war to bring them to the UK to play some cricket in the UK, show them laws. And Michael said to me, but you can bring them now. And Michael is the head at Rugby School. He's also the head of Cotton House, one of the residences at Rugby School. And it's funny how the cricket family works. It's like a tree with roots. They everywhere. Once you become part of the cricket family, they connect everywhere. You've immediately got a network in that cricket family community. So I mentioned on LinkedIn that I spoke to him, and our connection is Michael, Captain Warwickshire when Dermot Reef was Captain Paul Smith, some legendary cricketers. They won 3 out of 4 tournaments, trophies that year when Bob Wilmer was the coach. Unbelievable Warwickshire side with Alan Donald, South African bowling legend there. Hello Alan. And our connection was we're both coached by Bob Wilmer. And Bob coached me in South Africa at Annandale. He coached me when I was 10 years old. As a young pro in Johannesburg, he coached me at Auckland Park School in primary school. And some years later, we opened, 12 years later, I was 22, we opened the batting together for Avondale Cricket Club, me and Bob, and I called him Sir. When I hit the ball, I would say, yes sir, no sir, for a run, and Bob said, please stop calling me sir, call me Bob, and it was just very hard for me. I had this respect for Bob, and he coached Warwickshire at that time, so myself and Michael started talking about Bob, and then the next thing Michael said, why don't you bring the kids now? And it also happened within a month. When we first mentioned it, Olena was under immense pressure to get the visa stake. It's a process to get British visas for all the kids for herself. I had to get one.
Pressure, sorry for interrupting.
No,
the pressure was not only like visas. Visas is the second part. The first part it was explained, at least somebody here, that first of all we're able to do this. Because, I mean, all that we said, we're selling this now, which was unbelievable. We go to the UK, or we're staying in rugby school, and I'm just like, So, again, I was in Europe school. Who can trust random girls like this and give kids under 18 to go abroad? It doesn't matter, is it war or not war, it still is a big responsibility you have to take. So yeah, this was the first one. We had to find this kids who really would like to play. We're going to be able to pay some expenses because we have flights. Yes, we have long ride on a train. We have to have food during these days, and as well as you mentioned, visa speed. So and like lots of other things. Even found us time to practice as well, because we kept doing sessions. So lots of things was done. I was in so, let's call it again, big pressure, so I didn't realize till the end. So only when we came back from this school, I was at home. I'm actually, we already gone away home. In airport, and it was just like, I at least started to analyze what's going on, because I was just so focused and stressed about everything, about all these kids, and just looking for them, caring about them, again in English, lots of translations, lots of things to organize. So sometimes I realize I don't have time, for example, to be nice. It was almost back for everyone to say, like, excuse me, would you like? It's a nice way to talk, but sometimes you just don't have time to say that. You say, I need this, and that's all. Because if you don't have this, everything just rushed, that's all. So the same was here in Ukraine. No language barrier for me, but at the same time, no help with you, because you couldn't communicate with parents that don't speak English. Some of them try their best, but again, not about something really important to know or to share. So yeah, it was nice one.
Can I ask you, the trip to the UK. As a, for me, it was very much a trip down memory lane. I had 11 seasons as a cricket pro in England, played most of my cricket down in I have to film. So that's why one thing is different. We both experienced this trip in a completely different way. For me, it was familiar, but it's been a long time, and it's brought back unbelievable memories. Sitting, talking to Michael and Neil Radford that joined us the one day for training, talking about cricket, about county cricket, players, grounds. The trip to Lords for me, I mean, I was very emotional that day to go back to Lords, to walk around there. Brought back such wonderful memories. And at rugby school. So I experienced a complete different way than for a Ukrainian that just started cricket that probably doesn't know the magnitude of cricket, how big cricket is in the UK. Where the sport started, Lords. I mean, how did you experience as a Ukrainian? Totally different from my experience. How did you experience the cricket side and the training sessions at rugby school and the tradition and history? You don't have schools like that in Ukraine, like rugby school. The whole school is just it's like a walk back into the kids call it a Harry Potter movie. How did on this occasion did you talk about how you experienced the whole trip to rugby school?
Of course, I've never thought, I've never been in many places like this school, 100%. So this was something really huge, and I enjoy every moment I spent there. But at the same time, I repeat it, I took high responsibility. So I couldn't just go to the park and be a tracking period. So no chance for relax. I mean, I had incredible evenings when we talked together, Michael, you, and Miriam, I think, right, yeah, but it was really cool. This was a moment that maybe I had to rest because this was their best already. But then again, I have my main job between kids. Let's call it in a break. It's possible to call it. I did my main job. Which is actually you have to answer. It's your microphone.
Sorry, he's good speaking. Oh, we're just in the middle of a podcast. I'll call you later, okay?
Just put it in the right.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Okay, sorry, it was a call from the UK, from Stump Live. We'll talk about that later in another podcast. New technology. Okay. Sorry about that.
So yeah, I mean, like, it was incredible. I mean, how to describe something that you never dream about? When I was in the Africa for 6 years, I never thought of it this way. Like, to be in a school like this, I know that it's something that's it's not easy to achieve. Like, oh, okay, I would like to go to rugby school. First of all, because I've been playing international, I'm not British. So yeah, and my thoughts never been, it's probably never been this way. I never thought in this way. So of course, all of that it was nice. It was great, but at the same time so stressful. I don't know. It's a combination of everything. All this criticness, all this really huge places, everything. We're there playing for education, for cricket practice, for different sports, for kids to feel like home, like at home. Because I know my school. Like we had something similar, like we can call gym, like sports, but we have to walk. Like during the winter, it doesn't matter. We have to walk at least maybe like 15 minutes. It's completely different building in the middle of the farm school, and there is nothing like this. But you know, we didn't have toilet at school. What are you doing?
You look at
Yeah, it's like private school right now in Kiev, different cities. That of course they are.
that's toilet.
Thank you. Yes, they have. But I mean, they've done it on that university as well. But private, like I don't see it. And again, village, school, villages. Yeah, it's all buildings, lots of things has to be fixed.
The tradition and the history of the school, did that have an impact on you?
Yeah, it's,
Feel that?
I feel it and I like this because again, look, I get back to Ukraine because I feel I belong here. I belong here. And I respect that. I respect that I'm Ukrainian and I respect it before the war, all the time. I remember when I was at university, my friends said that, oh, we like for the weekends we went to Moscow, have a look at this, and I'm like, what are you doing to that? Just like that, I never had any nice feelings towards Russia, never. Like, doesn't matter which year was my position, I don't know, in blood, like that. Never, I never studied properly Russian language. I can't speak because again, Soviet Union, because there are lots of older people, they speak Russian, so at university especially. So that's why I know I can't speak Russian. I know grammar, of course, but again, I never liked their letters. Yeah, I never fall in love with all this Pushkin and something. It was me.
This is what you felt.
Yeah, but I feel this to like to Ukrainian stuff. I feel it, and I enjoy reading Ukrainians book. Yeah, I always was like happy. I was so happy when, for example, in movies, in cinemas, we have Ukrainian language. Like, and we had a choice: Russian, Ukraine. I always choose Ukraine. My school is completely Ukrainian language. I enjoy it. My father taught Ukrainian. My mom, she started learning Ukrainian in 2014. When just real war began, because she realized what's happening. She never speaks Ukrainian because she was born in Kazakhstan. She's Ukrainian, but it's also Filipinos, countries war around us, places. So yeah, and I like this tradition. I like that in a good way, like lucky. They bring it from the past. They care about this. And they don't try to change and tell, for example, in Birmingham that we have to own Birmingham now because we are like blah blah blah, like Russia has with everything. So it's what normal people doing. They care about tradition, they respect others, and they just try to prove that to themselves and to everyone who come inside that they can be better than developing like all this stuff in a good manner. You know, it's difficult to explain in English.
Explain it very well.
And people for example, who knows Michael, the man who actually, as I understand, he had to work vacation. Yeah, I mean, like, he had to, and that's his patience. Stay with all of us, see how the back, like, talking, like, come on, with kids, who's screaming, playing this piano,
He was playing the piano and talking.
Kids as well, and just remember, keep like hours.
Like the piano.
He's alive. Actually, kids today say hello to Michael, Maria. He's like, oh, like, how is Michael? He's so amazing. Like, come on, it's right. The people who work there, they belong to this place. They believe, they feel they have to be there around kids. It's not just, it's huge. They have to do. It's very simple.
Yeah, it's not a duty to them. It's a passion.
It's a lifestyle. It's unbelievable. And because oh my God, this is the next morning, I want to see this guy. Come on, living with the 50 guys, 50 girls. I mean,
50 boys in Kravchenko house, and Michael is a father.
It's 4 boys and become crazy, Michael is 50 boys.
Well, at least Michael with the dogs doesn't smell like the boys. I'm told every day, you must change your top, you smell like a dog. So maybe
I never smell Michael, I don't know.
Yes, but they smell me with the dogs when I come into the room. She looks at the dogs, I said, no, they're in the flat. I said, you smell like the dogs. So anyway, yeah,
I mean, it's unbelievable. I mean, the atmosphere, you feel it in the air. The workers are like, you come there and like everything there.
I think it's like what you told me from some of the one sentence. You feel a part of something bigger. It's something bigger. The whole, it's not just a school. It's something much bigger, way beyond just being a school. You meet the people that work there. The lady that took us on the guided tour, it takes about 4 hours to do this tour, I think, because we had to translate, Olena again had to translate everything in Ukrainian. After it took about 5 hours, and just 5 hours just to see the school and know some of the history.
Wasn't enough.
We never made it to the library, but there is so much history, so much. I mean, it's such a beauty that I've talked in the years. It's in Cotton House, and I looked up and there's a portrait of Chamberlain, the ex-British Prime Minister above me. He stayed in Cotton House. He probably slept in those rooms. He walked there when we were walking. Being more of a cricket person, I was very impressed. But what impressed me more was Jacob Vessel, the young new up-and-coming superstar in the England Test side that's now going to play in the Test in the Ashes against Australia on the 21st of November, which is it's like a week away. He stayed there. Michael was there talking cricket there. So it's just unbelievable the names you see on the honours boards, the people that went there, and you begin to understand the magnitude of rugby school. It's not just a school. It's a lifestyle. It's something if you go to school there or if you work there, you become part of the rugby school family, and that will stay with you the rest of your life. The values you learn, the respect for history, the respect for yourself, discipline, tradition. It's just unbelievable, the school. And since we've left on LinkedIn, almost the whole staff of rugby school is now communicating with us. We've made so many new friends. And now the exciting part, next Saturday, hopefully if I get my Schengen visa in time, I've got a few problems there, but I believe it will be okay. But tell us what has now happened with rugby school. The next chapter.
Yeah, but I think you are the best one who can explain in English what we're going to do. So
no, you're going to practice your English and tell us about what is happening next.
So we're coming back to hockey.
We're going back to rugby school on Saturday.
Into shadow.
Yeah, we're going to shadow some sports science, the sports science faculty. We're going to shadow some of their teachers. We're going to observe some lessons.
I have no idea how it's going to happen. I mean, how it's going to be. I'm really curious to see already, like, where exactly the school, what they do, how they speak, how they guide all this atmosphere with students, I mean, between teachers. Can imagine how it's going to be, but about it,
I tell you, it's a good market experience that you will never forget, and it's real. That is career development, and you will come back with the knowledge that you can impart on Ukrainian people, because you don't experience something that I will go as far as I don't think anybody in Ukraine has had that experience that Olena's going to have, and myself. To gain knowledge, to see the way they teach at rugby school, which is really a unique experience. I was fortunate enough to work in Cape Town. I was teaching at Bishop's season college for 1 year. I also worked at Wynberg Moisai. Now those are two of that would be South Africa's equivalent, I would say, of a rugby school, Eton, Bradley College. Wynberg, Moisai and Bishop's has got the tradition, obviously not in what you get at rugby, but old schools, historical schools with tradition. Bishop's actually 2 weeks before we went over, the rugby team went to play against rugby school at rugby, and Mike Bailey went to Bishop's. I was a teacher there for a year. Mike Bailey was a student there. we both studied at Stellenbosch University. Mike was also a very good cricketer. He played top level rugby, but he was a good cricketer, so we played a lot of cricket against each other. And Mike is head of rugby at rugby school, so I had an evening there chatting to Mike Bailey, and it was just an amazing time for me to talk to Mike at rugby school, and it brought again memories and showed me how close knit the cricket family is, and once you live there, you just meet cricketers everywhere. Yeah, so I understand. I had students shadowing my lessons at Bishops and at Wandsworth University of Cape Town students. I was director of cricket there for 14 years. I studied there as well. So I know, I sort of know what to expect. And Olena, it's going to be an unbelievable experience to be in rugby school, sitting in these lessons, observing. We're going to come back with so much new knowledge, and also we've set up meetings here with people that's now following us and that's supporting our program to help these Ukrainian children go on tours to the UK, to make it more accessible to all students, also ones that doesn't have money. So we've got some meetings lined up, and it's just going to be an unbelievable, exciting week. We're looking forward to it. It's the next chapter, and then hopefully soon we're even looking at probably somewhere in March. We're talking about January, but that's very soon to might be realistic, but to take kids again back to the UK. Hopefully it will be at rugby school that they can accommodate us. But this is now what we're doing. Our core business now is develop cricket in Ukraine, and our vision, our dream, what we work towards is to take Ukrainian children to experience, I call it the rugby experience, where they see this tradition, they come back, tell their friends. And also, I think, Olena, it's sort of, we're getting to the end of our podcast. They're going to close the coffee shop soon, put the generator off, and then we've got no power, and then we lose our recording, so we better cut the show. But Olena, just tell me a little bit that for Ukrainian, for these kids, I think we didn't touch on it at all. What, you know, we're sitting in a coffee shop with a generator. Why? 2 days ago, we both didn't have water in our apartments. What is the situation? Air raids, bombs, drones, missiles, spending our nights in bomb shelters or in the corridor on a mattress, hiding away. What is the situation in Ukraine now? Very just shortly, what is it like to be in Ukraine?
You mentioned everything right now. We never know what's going to be in our world in a minute. I mean, always going to be drones, always going to be rockets, always going to be no water, no lights, no electricity, or no heating. It's a big challenge to be here. But again, like I feel I'm at home, so that's why it's I don't know about like, I mean, you're saying like Kiev as well, you're home right now, but anyway, you have language barrier, etc. But and I'm not sure it's going to be understandable, and people can hear it from the first part because we don't have a good language. But you start every day like, what's happening? You ask me, how did you start the podcast? Like, what's special happened today to you? So we wake up. Yeah, and you wake up and you see, okay, do you have a chance to take a shower today in the morning? Or you had to keep your freshness from yesterday. And I'm like, yeah, so it's like this. And usually really tired. I mean, I can imagine how family with kids keeping this positive mindset, especially for mom, for women. I know for men as well. I mean, it's so complicated to be here. For those who were able to make a decision and who made it earlier, maybe they moved from Ukraine. But again, I know lots of people who live in different countries. Yeah, they survive. They have some income, but they're dreaming to come back to Ukraine. I mean, not everyone is ready to fight. Not everyone is ready to go on the field, and be a soldier. And it's no shame or no blame. I mean, am I ready? I mean, it's some specific kind of people. It's different personalities. Not everyone has to be able to do it. But sometimes, as I see, there is no chance.
They have no choice.
Yeah, or no choice. So
If you mobilize, the borders are closed for men, they can't go out.
yeah, and it's difficult to say what's okay or not okay.
And the effect on children of this
Sure,
mental.
everyone, come on. It affects even on your dogs. What we're talking like, you see the behavior is completely different. They're afraid of some loud noises. So what are we talking? Kids like the baby when I was babysitting. She was ready when during the summer when she listened to.
Very silence.
No. So we have when there's a little rain. When it's rain.
Oh, the thunder.
Thunder, yeah. So she's like, the no, it's thunder, no, it's like cloud they're talking, like, already it was rockets as well. We say, no, it's a rain. And she said, no rain, yeah. We know it's the clouds talking. I mean, come on, kids already have incredibly big impact because of work. I mean, this nights they have to have a good sleep, yeah. You know, sometimes they all go to shelter. During the classes, when you would like to enjoy your school life, but you have to go to shelter and stay there. The same universities, you can have enough or proper education because all the time something going on. Or no lights, or again the soccer or something else.
And I think also, if I can add, there's so many people, I don't think I've met anyone in Ukraine now, kids included, that hasn't lost either a family member, a neighbor, a close friend in this war. Everybody has suffered a loss. And I think what I find about the kids now, was lost to the parents that we got a fantastic, good deal, if I can call it that, from the school. They opened their hearts to us. But just the airline tickets cost 500 euros return on Ryanair because we booked at the last minute because we had to wait for the visas. And then traveling around London, we went to the Lords on the train tickets in pounds compared to the arena. It's just incredibly expensive. A coffee in a coffee shop, the kids were saying to me, just in case if I can buy 10 coffees, cafe lattes for this, or 10 hot chocolates. So it's so expensive. And what we're trying to do, that's the reality of this world. The drone or the missile doesn't distinguish if it's going to hit a building or a house. It doesn't distinguish between rich or poor. The poor guy in the village needs the poor house can get hit by a drone, but the very wealthy person in Ukraine with a house, a mansion, a rocket can hit, or a missile can hit his, or a drone hits his house, he loses everything in one day, or everything is gone. So his kids come the next day, they don't have new clothes to wear to school. Their clothes are all destroyed in explosions. So what we're trying to do really is to make these tours accessible to all Ukrainian children, even the ones who has lost everything. That's got no money. They're rebuilding their lives. We can also, especially take them to experience this, to get away from this war for a week. So I think, mostly this week, and this is the end of our podcast, what do you think these children, we saw them for the first time again today when Olena did this breakfast show in Ukraine on Channel 1+1. We got, because some of the kids are not in our school, so they came to be on this television show. And what would you say for these kids? What was, when you spoke to them, what was their main, the impact the rugby tour had on these kids, the main takeaway from this tour, the benefit? What feedback did you get from them?
So I heard that one of them, when I gave this interview, so about a cricket, for example, the boy one was out, so like, oh, I realized that cricket can be a really interesting game. So like, really? So everything we've done here before, it wasn't enough. He's 10, 11 years old. Yeah, and some of them already, like, they actually, like, we're coming back to rugby, and because it was this boom, like, who are they? Who are these kids? Who are they? So like, no one is, there's no kids. Like everyone, who's who? Who's who? We were like, come on. And yeah, I think they, as well, realized this, realized what we had, what we done, only when we came back home. When we came back to this reality, because we were like in the fairy tale. All of them, they have only positive feedback. All of them. I mean, and I saw Margaret today, one of them, and she said like they all keep talking when they meeting, because some of them had connection before, and we're still talking about this rugby, about this rules about how kids and students live there. And even when I was at rugby, I feel like maybe I need to, I want to study again, or maybe I have to apply to something. But again, and something like rugby is unbelievable. So, and kids, it's they not like realize it may report also. They been an atmosphere that calls life, for life again. We didn't hear any alarms, missiles attack. We slept whole night. We didn't have any blackouts, and they were able to stay up, for example, till midnight. Yeah, like there's the current state till midnight. But again, nobody told them you have to be at home already, or you have to go sleep again, which I was. So yeah, they just live full life. Is it better to say full life?
Full life.
Yeah. So I think this is what they got, and they realized it when they came back.
I think really from my side, I don't know about you, but I felt also only realized what this meant to them when I got back. But on the first day of the tour, what really hit me hard was we had our first night staying at Cotton House, and that morning at the breakfast table, we were all sitting there, and I asked the kids, you've been in rugby now for one night, and we're here this morning. Your first impression, what really impressed you, and what something's happening there?
There's a battery. I think we have to.
And before I do this, and the kids said to me, we slept a full night without any sirens, explosions, and that really made me realize what this means to them. And I understood that myself and Olena are making a difference. It goes way beyond just cricket. We're making a difference to the lives of children in Ukraine. On that note, I'm going to say thank you, Olena. Thank you very much. And it's an honor.
Guys already saying us bye-bye from the coffee shop.
It's an honor. It's really nice to have you on my podcast. People, you can watch us on LinkedIn. I'll post it on YouTube as well. So please follow, and I'll send the link out to social media.
After the previous audio quality, nobody going to hear the second part of the podcast.
I think maybe the sound won't break, but just having Olena on the podcast, people will, even if they can't hear anything, they'll just watch.
Not here. We're going to write down. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.